Mm-hmm.
The bottom is your bass and drums.
Okay.
The second section is like your piano, your background guitar, your like the meat of the song.
Sure.
The higher up one is your like guitar solos, your like vibraphones or your, you know, those types of things. And then the top quarter is like strings or like, strings or other things like that. And so they were like, if you can like use each section to be an instrument,
Cool.
you'll let your partner be the bass and drums on the bottom because they're singing the song. And then you'll get to be the guitar solo and this or the whatever on top. If that does that kind of make sense?
So you're always in different sections, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, you try to be, but then I find that sometimes I'll play with somebody I've never played with before, and they will just follow my hands. They'll just be right on top of me, and I'm like, stop, get off me.
Yeah, I see.
But it's always like just a piano sound, or do you ever change the sounds of the keyboard?
Sometimes I will if it's right. Like Dancing in the Moonlight has like a electric piano, and it's like really 70s. Or I'll make it kind of synthy for like Dancing Queen or something. So sometimes I'll do that. But most of the time we'll leave it on piano just because.
And can you make it more literal with the separation? Like, could you actually make the bottom quarter of the piano certain instrument or type? And then
I bet you could with certain keyboards, depending on how smart the keyboard is. I think the one that we used when we came up, me and Jackie, I think those ones have that function, but I've never really needed to use it. But like, it makes sense that you could totally split it and like have strings on your right hand and like piano on your left hand. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually have a fun fact with that. So Wesley, who's the kid who did our intro music, played Pit, like keyboard Pit. For our not like, I mean, it was for our high school.
No, that's awesome.
Musicals, but so we used MainStage. That was like the software, and what it can do is you can set up. Okay, I want the bottom half to be this sound, the top to be this sound. But then what it'll do is it'll adapt. So like if you're playing a melody on your left hand, even if you go into that section on the right, because it detects that's the same melody, it'll shift the region to adapt.
Yes.
So like that's just super cool.
That's really fun.
It is really cool. The actual keyboard that I have does something similar where the backing accompaniment will follow your left hand, which is so crazy. Like it's so smart that it can tell what chords you're playing and move the music around with. It's so crazy.
Wild. Yeah.
That type of science, that technology is just getting better and better.